Ladies and gentlemen, I am an idiot. I did this video earlier, recorded this video earlier, and my microphone was off because I stupidly sat on the button and turned it off. I use like a gaming headset. It's got a button, on and off microphone, sat on it, didn't realise. So I'm dumb. Recorded this whole thing, did really well, and you can't tell. So this is just a quick skim over this video, just to highlight the deck anyway, as I have reworked it and we're going to be doing a double deck for red black dragons. Yes, with some more gameplay. This one we did really well. We did two best of three, so two traditional matches. We won both of those. Here I'm obviously just talking about the deck, and I'm going over the cards. So we've got the shocks, we've got the cast downs, lava coils, lightning strikes, all for early removal, which is good. Lava coils, obviously good against the phoenixes and stuff. So I'm gonna skip over this. Ignore. You can have a look at the lovely, pretty art and all that stuff. And then our creatures were two. Were the Legion War bosses, the 4 Chain Whirlers, 2 Judiths, because it makes our dudes a bit bigger, which is helpful. Suck and Fireblood, the Rekindling Phoenixes, the Chandra, 4 Skog and Howkites, and 3 more Sarkans. So our win con is kind of basically the idea of the deck is control the early game with removal against creatures. If it's against control, we still have Legion Warboss and Goblin Chainwhirler and Judith for early pressure. Rekindling Phoenix for pressure too. But basically our win con is kind of like we control the early game with removal. We've got good card selection with Sarkhan and Chandra. And then our win con is playing the other Sarkhan, either making dragons if necessary, or turning him and Chandra and the other Sarkhan into a dragons and punching in, smash him in the face. Skugging a Hellkite as well can come down as a 4/4 with haste. It's pretty good. It's kind of based a little bit on Big Red, a little bit on the old Tom Ross Red Black Dragons from a little while ago. So I'm just skipping ahead a little bit. The mana base: 4 Swamps, 11 Mountains, 4 Blood Crypt, 4 Skull Summit, and 2 Blast Zone, because Blast Zone is just crazy good. Let's get to the sideboard. Must be there. There we go, sideboard. So we've got the 4 Duress, comes in for control, along with the 3 Sorceress Spyglass. Cry the Carnarium, great for weenie decks, like the mono red aggro, weenie white little bit. It also deals with the Phoenixes, because they've only got 2 toughness and they get exiled with that. We've got 2 Tybalt to stop the life gain. Also make some extra little dudes who can do the burning things. We've got Siege Gang Commander, who's great as well. 1 Ugin the Ineffable, which basically won us a game. And then a Banefire for control. That's that. We'll kind of skip through because the deck's changing a little bit. We'll do the double deck. Yeah, so there's game. There we go. Here's the start of game 1. This is not how I wanted to do this video. I was really pleased with the commentary I did. I was really pleased with how I played for the most part. So obviously, we're mulliganing this. If we had 2 lands and say like, did I keep that? No, mulligan. I was gonna say, yeah. So that's a much better hand. I kept this one, I'm pretty sure, because it had the cast down, and I also had Suck and Fireblood, which meant if I drew an extra land, I could play Skug and Hellkite on turn 4, which would have been, which was cool. And there's my 4th land, so I kept that. It's not much to say. I kind of want to skip over a bit more just to sort of show you how I win, because I'm awesome and do the winning. The first couple of turns I'm not really doing much. I was kind of surprised by Vicious Rumors. It's in my opinion, a much worse Duress. So my theory here was they're playing control. I'll get rid of the creature removal spell. And this is here I'm talking about Vicious Rumors going, okay, it's quite a good card in the sense that if you're in like a life gain deck, cool, yeah, brilliant, but in my opinion, it's worse Duress. So it's a worse Duress. Here I jot down Sarkhan. I think I went for, did I go for the discard? Yeah, I went for the discard, and I'm pretty sure I discarded the Swamp. Is that what I did? I'm pretty, cause looking at it now, that's what I would do, because I don't need the swamp. I've got one swamp. I don't really have anything that costs double blue. So I discarded the swamp, and I ended up with a mountain, which was kind of what I wanted. But it didn't really matter, because I could cast, unless you got rid of Sarkhan, I could cast Skagan Hellkite. And here I think he makes a massive cock-up, because he takes Chandra, not realizing he hasn't read Sarkhan Fireblood. He's possibly seen Sarkhan, I don't know, but he hasn't read Sarkhan Fireblood properly. Doesn't realize I can play Skagan Hellkite on this turn, which is what I did. Double red, Skagan Hellkite with the haste. Did I play haste? Yeah, with the haste. Smashed him for 4. And then from there, it's a simple case of, I'm pretty sure he scoops in a couple of turns, if I remember correctly. He takes Phoenix with this, I think. Can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, so he took Phoenix. Sensible unless I drew into a land, which is what I did. And then I got Sarkhan. So I play Sarkhan. And then I swing for 8 with 2 dragons. Yeah, he's automatically scooped. I think he realizes his mistakes there. We go to sideboard. I take out some removal, put in some control, anti-control bits and pieces. I put in the Sorcerer's Spyglass because I'm presuming he's going to be playing Planeswalkers. Duress, obviously. Leave in Lightning. Did I leave in Lightning Strike? I made a big boo-boo. I kind of ran out of time. I was too busy thinking. Because I wasn't really sure what he was playing. So I ended up running out of time. But that was my hand for game 2. Which I decided to keep because it meant I could play Goblin Chainwhirler turn 3. Which is always good. Obviously, in my opinion, and I'm sure many people's opinions, if you have a shock land in hand, turn 1, but no turn 1 play it untapped. Sorry, play it tapped, because that's what you want to do. I'm pretty sure I Lightning Strike that Terramander in a turn or 2. Or did I strike him? Oh, I Lightning Striked him. So that was potentially a mistake, but I wasn't too concerned about the Terramander, I guess. I nearly went oops because I was kind of thinking my mistake. I'm looking here, he's going, okay, lots of Planeswalkers. He plays into another Planeswalker in a second. So discard a card. I discarded... What did I went for a mountain, okay. I mean, I drew into Dragon Skull Summit, so discarding the mountain was probably the best choice. As it was, and then we go Chainwhirler, boom. Oh, that's why I didn't Lightning Strike the Terramander, because the Chainwhirler dealt with the Terramander. I'm looking at it, I can't even do commentary on a post game properly. Yeah, so he's running a lot of Planeswalkers in this. I think he's running a mill deck. No, sorry, I'm still playing left T. So, all of those things were pretty good that he managed to get rid of that, which was a shame. I think we discard again. I think that's why I discarded the Phoenix, right? Yeah. So I think what I was trying to decide there was, do I attack Ashiok and make him so if he triggers Ashiok's ability again, he loses his Planeswalker? Which is what I did. Did I? No, that's probably what I should have done. But it's not what I did. So we've got the Phoenix down. And I'm pretty sure I was sitting there fairly confident with a Chainwhirler, a Phoenix, and then Sarkhan Mastless in hand with a land. I mean, I can play all that, having to discard sacrifice creature was fine. I thought, oh, I'll just sack the Phoenix. I forgot about Ashiok's ability, where he does all the poo to all the people. So I was a bit disappointed because I was stuck with an elemental even, that I couldn't really do much with. Throwing my pen on the floor. Although I made a mistake with my microphone, I'm actually kind of enjoying rewatching this. I'm thinking here I should have made a dragon, because he has no way to currently no way to sort of have dealt with next dragon on the board even. He bounced Sarkin back, and ended up in the graveyard. Then got my Phoenix back, hit him for 7. You know, he's on a 2-turn clock there. And this was game 2 against Dimir. Dimir control, Dimir mill, I'm not sure what it was. I know, looking back now, I made some mistakes. But I'm right here, I'm looking through the graveyard thinking, what's he going to get back with the Eldest Reborn? I'm thinking he's going to go for my Sarkin, which is what he does. However, it doesn't help him much. He makes a dragon with it.
No sword can pierce my scales.
Which did shut down my Chainwhirler. And obviously exiled with Vraska's Contempt. I'm there. I was sort of in a bit of panic mode. I thought I had him on a 2-turn clock, and then all of a sudden, I thought, oh no, I'm over. Thankfully, I do Chant was always good. It was weird to see no counter spells though.
No problem. Fire can't solve.
I mean, the mountain was kind of meh, but you know, it's still a card. A couple of turns go by, something happened to the Chainwhirler, and this is where he makes an oops, because he decides to take out Chandra, dealing him 5 damage, which in my opinion was a big oops. Whether he read that wrong. And that was game. That was a sweet top deck though, the Skagen. But I think he may have misinterpreted the whole, when counters are removed from Chandra, it deals damage to your opponent. Because obviously when a Planeswalker is dealt damage, that's classed as having a... There I'm talking, that's classed as a counter being removed, so it does the damage. I was talking about my ranking because it looked weird and didn't actually tell me anything. This was game 2. This was a Phoenix deck, the Phoenix stuff. I thought it was a bit. I was contemplating mulliganing because of the land, and I thought if it's a creature deck, I've got a Lightning Strike and Lava Coil, and I can deal with things quite happily. Turns out it paid off. Mulliganing often comes down to trusting your deck. A bit like Yu-Gi-Oh! Believe in the heart of the cards. And that's quite. You know, 4 lands was a lot to start with, but you got quite a high curve. It wasn't too much of an issue. I decided to just shock him here because I'm realizing he's on a Phoenix deck, and there's no point in shocking a Phoenix. Or my assumption was that he was on a Phoenix deck. Drawing into land is always fine when you got a 5-drop in hand, and now I got 5 lands. There's not much I could do. He's opting. It's kind of like, my assumption is if I see like Izzet colors, that it's a Phoenix deck. And then obviously when I saw the Drake there, I knew that it was instantly like Drake Phoenix kind of thing. So I was really happy with the extra lava coil. And then obviously play Chandra straight away, even if you...
Hey, over here.
My theory of Chandra's play her on turn 4 if you can. Like she was on the no threat, he's only on 2 lands. So I lose land, not too bothered. But even if I lost something else, it didn't really matter too much. Because I want to be ticking her up, because unless they're playing Vraska's Contempt, which in these colors they're not, and they have to do damage to Chandra, then they are getting hurt in the face. I made the mistake here of doing this when I should have played the picked up Chandra first, and then I realized this. Because I could have got that Sarkin out, which was silly, but that was my mistake. It did mean I could get 4 damage off though, which was fine. But I think in that sequence, I should have always been ticking up Chandra first to see what was available to play. To give yourself like the extra option, because essentially she counts as like drawing 2 cards a turn, basically. And I messed up, and I think here our opponent's just kind of unlucky. I mean, they've got 2 Arclight Phoenixes in their graveyard, and they have enough mana to cast cheap spells and stuff to get them on the battlefield, and I think that's what happens. But with 2 Lava Cores in hand, 2 Planeswalkers down, you know, it's only a matter of time. And he does scoop. Does he scoop? I can't remember. I won't skip. He's thinking. He's thinking. He's looking. He's thinking. He's looking at my Planeswalkers. He's discovering. I feel like maybe he just had bad draws, but even if he had better draws, I think I've got the Lava Coils to deal with his creatures. So here I remembered my mistake, and I'm ticking up Chandra first.
Sit back and watch it burn.
Which was a lightning strike. So I striked him for 3. There, the clicking, I don't know why I clicked on him, but it didn't actually register. That's fine. And now I think he realizes he's dead, because tick up and he's taken 8. I mean, I'm always tempted to make the dragons, because I love dragons. But, you know, he knows he's dead. He knows I'm running Lightning Strike as well. He knows I'm running Shock. Does he know? No, he doesn't know I'm running Shock. But he knows I'm running Lightning Strikes. He knows he's dead to any kind of burn that I draw. He's a fighter though, I'll give him that. He thinks he can claw it back. Obviously if he gets 2 Phoenixes out, he's got 2 blockers. He can like hopefully keep recurring them, so kudos. He kept going. But like he made an oops, he like shocked Chandra, and I think again he didn't realize that that's what would happen. I think some people don't realize that if you deal damage to a Planeswalker, it counts as removing counters from the Planeswalker. So here I'm trying to make decisions. I'm taking out Shock, putting in Duress. So I went for all 4 copies of Duress. What else did I take out? I was considering Cry of the Carnarium because it deals with the Phoenix, but then I was like, nah, not too concerned. My sideboarding is still bad. I just take too long to decide. But yes, I'll skip through this. I put in Ugin. I was like, Ugin's good. It could end up being kind of a grindy match. Skip through. I decided to keep that one because I could get Judith down. Judith's a threat you need to deal with, in my opinion, my humble opinion. I mean, it's quite mana heavy with the curve, but I was kind of fine with that. A 2/2. Judith. Judith being a 2/2 is fine. And then there I said, oh, bum. I forgot about the Goblin Electromancer. Maybe I should have kept in some more removal for that, because that's how like Goblin Electromancer is how Phoenix decks can like really shoot off crazy good. But you know, it is what it is. And like I've said a few times, I haven't played traditional / best of 3 Magic in such a long time. I've been so focused on Arena, just these quick best of 1 matches, because I really enjoyed them, that the whole sideboarding game is like alien to me. It's a new art. It's a new art. It is a bit of an art form. So it's a learning curve. I look at deck lists. I keep my ears to the ground about what, he comes in shock, good play, does do 1 damage to him though, which is fine. It's this very expensive 1 damage burn spell that I played basically. Anyway, so I keep my eyes out on what decks are good, what sideboard options are good, why people play certain things in the sideboard, like Diamond Mare. I got a couple of deck lists with Diamond Mare in the sideboard for when I'm against burn decks and things. If I'm running anything that's quite monocolored or quite like I've got Big Red with Diamond Mare in the sideboard because the extra life gain is good. So I played Phoenix here because I got another Phoenix, and I'm like, fine, if he kills Phoenix, it doesn't matter, I got another Phoenix. And it was pretty much my only option. But you'll see a sick play with Ugin. I actually played, and I'm disappointed that I lost the commentary on this, because I played some great Magic. I played some great baity Magic. I'm really hoping, yeah, I did play the 2 life, right? So I'm presuming he's got a counterspell on hand. He's obviously got something in hand. He's in like controlling colors and stuff. But so I went in for the attack, see if he's got any removal for the Phoenix. He doesn't. I'm thinking, okay, he's possibly got like negate or a counterspell for the Skagan Hellkite. I want Ugin on the board. Is it this point I do this? No, I don't. Okay, I shock the... Don't forget that. So I shock the Electromancer. It's next turn that I do the better Magic play, because I want to get Ugin down. Because he's card advantage. I can win off just the 1 Phoenix unless he deals with it. I got a 2nd Phoenix in my hand. I got a Skagan Hellkite in my hand. So it's this turn that I'm thinking, right, Legion Warboss, he doesn't do a huge amount for me. However, I could play Skagan Hellkite, possibly gets countered. I could play Sarkhan the Merciless, so bait out a counterspell with Sarkhan, which worked successfully because I wanted to clear the path for Ugin when I hit a land. And I presumed he didn't have 2 in hand because he didn't counter the Lightning Strike against his Electromancer, which is kind of what maybe he wanted to be doing. There he's going, bam, nip, miss it. I'm thinking, poop, need land, boom, land down. He's tapped out. Straight into Ugin. Excuse me, little burp. Straight into Ugin. -3 Ugin. See you later, Niv. Bye-bye. He's gone. Opponent scoops. Bam, done. Red Black Dragons beats Phoenix. Boom. That's all you need to know. Then I'm chitter-chatting away. Like, rank up and all this stuff. My ranking is pretty confusing. And I always like to end these videos with opening a booster pack. That's what I'm saying here. So I open a booster, I'm talking about some of the cards. And I'm also discussing about the fact that at some point soon I'm going to do random deck building. I'm going to open a booster, and whatever my rare or mythic is what I'm going to build a deck around, unless it's one of the wild cards. So here I opened Niv-Mizzet Reborn. He's not what I'm going to be building a deck around because this is the end of the video booster. Those videos will be start of video, open booster pack, whatever my rare or mythic is. I build a deck as that is my focus. See, depending what it is. So that's that video done. Stay tuned for Red Black Dragons double deck tech. Red Black Dragons more play because I think it can chase ranked quite hard. Same as chasing. Same as Big Red play. It's been chasing ranked quite hard, and there's more big Red decks to come. A triple deck I think for Big Red. There's so many ways you can build Big Red. It's an amazing deck. It's one of my favorite kind of decks to play. These kind of like control decks that aren't traditional, like, hey, get rid of all your cards. Hey, you can't play those spells. Kind of control decks. I also like ramp, putting some ramp. That's this done. This was really quick. Kind of skimming over this because I screwed up and turned my mic off and I'm an idiot. So that's that done. Thanks for tuning in. You take it easy, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.